That will technically be the biggest one, but we'll see if they keep that in the game. Wow, this is fair. This is fair. Fair gun. This is fair gun. So hello gamers, today I'm going to be showing you the top 10 burst weapons and phantom forces. Keep in mind this is my opinion, and you could probably change around the ranking of these, but basically these are weapons that are very, very good in burst. At number 10 we have the AK-12. The reason I'm not going to put AK-12 and RPK-12 so high is because they are going to be nerfed, and at the moment they are kind of hard to burst, but they are very, very good burst weapons if you can burst them correctly, because I can't. That's just me, man. I just can't. Used to be able to. I've said this before, but if you can burst them correctly until they get nerfed, they basically have 1,000 RPM and have no recoil. So laser accurate 4 to 5 shotguns with 1,000 RPM, I just cannot shoot them that fast. The reason I say them is because, of course, at number 9 we have the RPK-12. I think AK-12 but big mag. That's like the only change, and I still can't burst it, but it is very good if you can burst it, and I just can't. Like I said, they are getting nerfed, so as a burst they're not going to be crazy anymore, but still going to be pretty good as burst. Normally you can fire these in auto, I just can't. Even on burst they're not like bad. They're still actually really, really good because there's no recoil. There we go, I'm kind of getting it. Skipping past them, we have a shotgun known as the DBV410. The DBV410 is a very interesting gun because it's a burst shotgun, which has a lot of recoil. However, up close, until they nerf it, it's going to vaporize people because of how many pellets it has. It has 12 pellets. Every shot in the burst can one-shot, but you have 3. So you can one-tap, but you have 3 bullets to shoot, which means you're probably going to kill somebody. Basically, imagine if birdshot had like no spread increase, but a lot of recoil. That's basically what it's like. It's very foony, very, very foony shotgun. The highest capacity shotgun in the game. Very swage. Unless they keep like triplex HK51B, because then that will technically be the biggest one, but we'll see if they keep that in the game. Wow, this is fair. This is fair. Fair gun. This is fair gun. The only downside is, of course, the worst ranges, worst recoil, and the burst delay being kind of big, but not that huge. Other than that, really fun burst gun. Kind of just vaporizes people, like I said. Pretty trash vaporizing range, but very funny burst weapon. Let me just F5. At number 7, we have the carbine known as the M4. Now, the M4, while it is very, very good, is kind of outclassed by its bigger brother, the M16A4. It does have some advantages, like, for example, a faster RPM, faster reload, and I think a better burst delay and 3-hit kill range, but when it really comes down to it, 1.7 seconds? C7 has a faster reload than the M16A3. Didn't even realize that. But the M4 has a faster reload than all of them at this reload. That is so fast. You can have a full stock and stuff, and 2-hit kill head. 25-45 is very easy to use on it. Overall, pretty fun gun. Not the best burst, but not the worst one. I'd say probably after the nerf of the AK-12, their burst versions are not going to be quite as good. On auto, maybe they'll be better, but on burst, this is probably going to be just still kind of the meta, baby. Next up, we have the AN94. Now, the AN94 is a very, very low kill unlock gun that if you run on auto, it does have the burst, but on burst, this is kind of like a budget G11. If you run 7.62, it's actually really good to use on burst because it can 2-shot kill head and it has infinity accuracy. So basically, you can 1-shot kill head up close, but the range is not even that bad on burst, and obviously it has auto, and that's probably better. But as far as like burst guns go, this is really good, especially when you count like this as being a burst gun because yeah, it's automatic after, but it does have a burst, and that makes it really fun. Very good gun that's essentially a burst that does have an auto mode. At number 5, we have the 93R. It's kind of just keeping in mind that like it has been nerfed and it's going to get even more nerfs in the future because you can't really like shoot it quite as well. You can shoot it pretty fast. Like before, it had the easiest burst to use, and it's going to get kind of a big burst delay in the future, but it's still going to be pretty good on burst because it can 1-burst to the body, and of course you can always just like spam it if you're good. It sucks, I can't use these burst guns that I used to be able to just hyper burst out of nowhere and just destroy my face when they make a gun actually skill based, and then I have to not be crazy good because it's not skill based before, and I could just, there we go. Still a really good machine pistol. Used to be like the best machine pistol easily and like the best gun in the game. Still very good though. But then we have number 4. Number 4 is a carbine. It is the PPK-12, which does have a burst delay as well. Yeah, if you guys watched some of my previous videos on this, you know how broken it used to be. Now, as far as burst go, this is still kind of an M4 upgrade. Yes, it has a burst delay, but 2-shot headshot, better RPM, and it kind of blows the M4 out of the water. Not quite as much as it used to be able to, but it used to be broken. But like, I still think it's a really good burst because it can 2-hit kill head, and it's kind of just like an AK-12 but good damage. AK-12, not very good damage. Okay damage, but not the best damage. I kind of miss it. like the old version of it, but I know why they nerfed it. Like, it used to be so broken, dude. At number 3, we have the AK-12 battle rifle. Now, the AK-12 battle rifle, one of the same thing as the AK-12, where it did get like a burst delay. However, burst delay is not bad at all, and it can 2-shot kill head and 3-shot kill body very far, and 4-shot kill all ranges, which makes it actually pretty good. It's only a 2-shot burst, but I mean, like, it's actually good on burst. Like, it actually is decent to use on burst, which is not something I can really say about like AK-12 anymore. It's good on burst, but like, this is actually viable on burst. It just does the damage that makes it feel pretty good. It's actually pretty ridiculous how this is the good burst weapon now, because it was the first AK-12 to get its burst nerf, and it made it just super trash, but now it's like the good burst one, which makes no sense. Really funny gun. I really miss the old version of it, because I used to be able to just walk around 1000 RPM burst people into the floor, pop off with this gun. It had like no recoil, even though it had 1000 RPM and it was a 7.62x51. It was so much fun. I really miss those days, but like I can see why it got nerfed, but it's actually like a good burst. I might actually go back to using this on burst, because yeah, it doesn't vaporize people anymore, but it's still like viable enough. It's getting some new conversions soon, which is going to be pretty cool. They're not going to have like the 1000 RPM burst. One of them is like very slow shooting automatic with a ton of damage, and the other one is a 7.62x39 with like awful damage, but a 50 run mag. But yeah, the conversions are not like burst weapons, so they wouldn't be really ranked in this video. If you guys haven't given this gun a go before this point, I don't really recommend you pre-buy it, but if you have it, maybe try it out. My setup is reflex, muzzle brake, stubby grip, and blue laser. This was my old setup back when it actually had like the burst and everything. I used to use this gun so much. It was my super crutch weapon, just vaporizes everything. Very fun to use. It's not super crutch because like has some recoil, I guess, but that's actually pretty skill based instead of like now you actually have to like figure out the burst. Now for a second spot, we have of course the M16A4. M16A4 has like the RPM, the recoil control, the reload speed, the damage, the 2-hit kill head. It has like everything that you would want in a burst weapon. Preserves damage way better than DBV410 and M4 do. It feels very, very good. It used to be the best gun in the game, and it got nerfed and then it got buffed a couple of times to make it a little bit easier to burst it effectively, which makes it very, very good if you get the burst down like that. I'm actually pretty good at bursting it. I can't always get the auto type burst mode, but I can like burst it well enough to the point where it actually becomes viable once again. Oh, wait, I just got a legendary? I didn't mean to do that. I was just opening like random cases that I had in my inventory. And a GSP skin? What the heck? If you're looking for a good burst, this is like the one for you. Kind of difficult to use a little bit, but like, let's be real. It's not the hardest to use burst either. If you're trash, it performs well enough that's actually good, but like, if you're really good with it, it is kind of insane, honestly. You might think it's a little bit overrated at first when you first hear about it, because people will like swear on their life that it's like the best gun in the game. And while I don't think it's the best gun in the game, there are just guns that are better and easier to use. As far as burst go, this is very, very good. And you're probably wondering, well, what beats this thing out? The number one is the G11. The G11 can one burst to the torso to 90 studs, which is a lot farther than most guns can. And it can one burst to the head to a range of 50 trillion billion studs, aka infinite. It can headshot burst all ranges and also has no recoil, so it's really funny. It also has 2100 RPM, so basically you have no recoil at all, headshot kill all ranges essentially, and can one shot to the body in CQC essentially. So basically you have like a sniper rifle, assault rifle type thing. I don't know. It basically became like the best burst out of nowhere because all the other bursts got kind of nerfed. This gun also did get buffed, which meant that it actually could one burst to the torso, actually bursted really fast, had less recoil and stuff, because yes, it does have like recoil in between the burst, but like while it's bursting it has no recoil, so it's fair. It's a fair gun. Yeah, it takes some skill, I guess, but like I don't really use it that often, and like I can go off with it. Most of the guns that are like this, you kind of need to put a little bit of time into them, like the scout and stuff. Like you can't immediately do well with it, but like this one I feel like it kind of could. I don't know. Not my pre-buy gun of choice, but if you want to, I would recommend you pre-buy it. Just make sure that you are 100% going to use it, because it is so expensive. You're gonna need to like really use this gun to actually get your money's worth. Otherwise, it's gonna be a waste of credits, and since it is so expensive, you're probably gonna want to like really think about your buy before you do. Buy it in the test place first, so you can know if it's like worth. I don't know why. I actually just do well with this gun. I'm not a big burst user or anything. But yeah, anyways, that is the top 10 best bursts in Phantom Forces. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and sub. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.